Welcome to Ask Prep, your trusted companion for NEET and JEE preparation. Today we will study about a very important topic of biology, which is organisms and populations, ecology, adaptations, population growth. Imagine standing in a forest, surrounded by trees, insects, birds, and small animals. Each of them is an organism, unique in its structure and behavior. But none of them live in isolation. They are constantly interacting with their environment and with each other. These interactions form the essence of ecology. Ecology is the scientific study of relationships between organisms and their environment. It examines how organisms adapt to their surroundings, how populations grow or decline, and how they affect and are affected by the ecosystems they live in. Let's begin with the term organism. An organism is any living being, from a tiny microbe to a giant elephant. Each organism is adapted to survive in the conditions of its habitat. This survival depends on various environmental factors like temperature, water, light, soil, and salinity. For example, polar bears are found in cold climates because their thick fur and fat layer keep them warm. Similarly, camels survive in deserts because they can conserve water and tolerate heat. These features are called adaptations. Adaptations are any attributes, morphological, physiological, or behavioral, that enhance the survival and reproductive success of organisms in their environment. There are countless examples of adaptations around us. Desert plants like cactus have spines instead of leaves to reduce water loss. They also have thick, fleshy stems that store water. High-altitude animals like yaks have more red blood cells to carry oxygen efficiently. Migratory birds fly thousands of kilometers to escape harsh winters and find food. These are all brilliant examples of how life changes and adjusts to stay alive. Organisms face different types of abiotic stresses like extreme heat, cold, drought, or lack of oxygen. To cope, they either regulate, conform, migrate, or suspend. Regulators like birds and mammals maintain constant body temperature through internal mechanisms. Conformers like most fishes and amphibians do not regulate but change their body temperature with the environment. Some organisms escape the harsh environment by moving away temporarily. This is called migration. Others go into a state of dormancy or hibernation to tide over unfavorable conditions. These strategies are all survival tactics honed by evolution over time. Now let us move to the concept of population. A population is a group of individuals of the same species living in a particular area at the same time and capable of interbreeding. The study of populations helps us understand how organisms multiply, how fast they grow in numbers, and what factors influence their survival. Population ecology studies four basic processes: birth, death, immigration, and emigration. These determine the size and growth of a population. Population growth depends on the availability of resources, environmental conditions, and interaction with other species. Under ideal conditions with unlimited resources, a population shows exponential growth. This means it grows at a rapid pace, doubling at regular intervals. But such conditions are rare in nature. Resources are limited, and competition increases as the population grows. This leads to logistic growth, where the population rises sharply at first but eventually slows down and stabilizes due to limiting factors. This stable population size is called the carrying capacity of the environment. It is the maximum number of individuals that the environment can support sustainably. Different species show different patterns of population growth and regulation. Some have high birth rates and short lifespans, reproducing rapidly. Others grow slowly, live longer, and produce fewer offspring. Predation, disease, competition, and availability of food all play a role in controlling population size. For example, if the number of deer in a forest increases too much, food will become scarce. As a result, many deer will die or fail to reproduce. If predators like tigers increase, they will reduce the deer population. These natural checks and balances keep populations within limits. Interactions between species also affect population dynamics. These include competition, predation, parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. In competition, two species fight for the same resource, like food or space. In predation, one species, the predator, kills and eats the other, the prey. Parasitism is when one organism lives on or in another, deriving its nutrients and causing harm. Mutualism is a win-win situation where both species benefit, like bees and flowering plants. Commensalism is where one benefits and the other is neither harmed nor helped, like barnacles on a whale. These interactions shape the structure of biological communities and ecosystems. They are the result of millions of years of coevolution and adaptation. When we understand them, we see how interconnected life is, how the rise or fall of one species can affect many others. As a NEET or G aspirant, understanding these concepts is not only vital for exams but also for appreciating the biological world around you. Ecology is not just theory, it is the reality of life on Earth. It teaches us how fragile and yet how resilient life is. It reminds us of our role in protecting the environment and respecting the limits of nature. So, the next time you look at a tree, an insect, or a bird, remember that it is part of a complex web of life. It has adapted through time, interacts with its surroundings, and contributes to the balance of nature. Thank you so much for being a part of the Ask Prep community. We truly appreciate your time and dedication to learning, especially when it comes to mastering biology, a subject that's not only essential for exams like NEET and G. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends who are also preparing, and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update.